Hello and welcome to the AO Daily Show, where we present your daily source of real news in an unreal world, where we keep you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community that is spread across Twitter, Discord, Reddit, the official forums, and everywhere else that we can possibly find information for you guys. And we break this info down into a format that you can digest in less than an hour. And today is Tuesday, the 28th of May, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Bogul. How are you doing today, Bogul? Bogul?
Hello, hello.
Hello, there he is. Sorry, guys, we lost you for a second there. We must have a slight cord disconnect. How are you doing today, Bogul?
I'm doing great. Something turned off. I don't know what happened.
The joys of live television production. It's Twitch. It's as closest to TV as we're ever going to get. Right, guys? But we have a great show for you today. We had lots of amazing Gs yesterday. Some incredibly close matches over in Mercia, as Shelty and Money Guild have been banging it out. I mean, we had 10 points, 14 points, 40 points. These guys are super close in matches today. We have a little bit of information on Fricks and their newest enemies. The Iconic Guild, I guess. Yeah, right, that's who they are. We have a little bit of a breakdown on some, what do you want to call it? Like, we're going to go over runes, souls.
Yeah, we are answering a question from chat. We've been asking for these to be sent to us, and we finally have some. Today is a little bit of a gameplay question, but we will do that later. We'll do it after the GVG rundown.
Yeah, but first we have some news for today, don't we, Bogle?
Sure. We always do the official news first. We always look at the latest announcements, the latest dev posts, the latest things you might have missed, and we will bring that for you so you don't have to look.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, there is a malicious website out there, and you guys need to be aware that it's out there trying to steal your precious login info. They're saying, oh, guys, hey, we've got this great deal for you. You can go ahead and get 1,000 free gold as long as you log into this fake malicious website and put in your credentials. Guys,
just look where you're surfing.
Be
the important thing.
Careful. If it's not on the official forums, it's not happening. If it's some random dude on Steam, it's not happening. So be careful. Watch what you're doing. Use common sense, and how do you say, just be aware of? Yeah.
Just be mindful. There have been some reports recently, and Elsa did a little bit of a reminder on the forums to check that out and be more careful. There is no such thing as anybody trying to message you about like anything really from the official team. Like, nobody would PM you personally on Discord. Like, and some people apparently have clicked this, and there have been some issues.
We're feeling bad. We want to warn you. There's not a lot we can do to stop it other than warn you guys that it's going on. This is how you know you're playing a big boy game, guys. People are trying to steal your stuff. That's like, when there were just a few of you guys out there and just hanging out, and there wasn't a big, demand for this game. We had the occasional gold spammer. That was it. Now we've got scammers everywhere. Be careful. Watch yourself. Be careful.
Yeah. And we have another one. We kind of talked about this yesterday already.
We kind of talked about it every day already.
We did. But Robin went to the forums and made a little announcement that is fairly similar to what we talked about yesterday, what you said yesterday on the show. If you want to go back and watch that, you can. But do you, when you read this, do you see anything different?
Well, the things that pop out to me are basically that they're working with their partners to resolve it. Though the last thing I heard, and I don't see this on here, I think this is his update to this post that occurs later in the story, is that they're currently working with new partners to find solutions to fix this problem because their old partner didn't really understand the the severity of the issue to us. Like, they generally deal with, you know, large websites and data providers that if they have 5 minutes of outage, it's no big deal to them. If they have continuous spikes of slow traffic, it's not a big deal to them. But for us, our lifeblood is our smooth connection, our constant up, and making sure that we have a really good connection for you guys all the time. And if that goes down just even for 30 seconds, that is a big deal to us. So while our provider didn't get that, we said, you know what? If you can't understand that, we have to go find somebody else who does. And this is going to take a little bit of time, and it is a temporary solution until we can find somebody else who's going to be working with us.
I think, to be clear, I think they haven't said they're switching. I think they're looking into
they're looking into switching. They're looking into it, and the reason...
correct way to phrase it.
Yeah, because it will take time to do that kind of switch, and they're looking into trying to find a way to make this happen. But in the meantime, they have announced that because of this difficulty, we will be giving you guys something to compensate you for the disruptions of gameplay, and just... things are not ideal right now. We know that. And we are going to do everything we can to not only fix the problem, but make you guys feel better after the problem is over. Because, yeah, I know this it sucks for you, but it sucks for us a whole lot worse. This is where you guys come to relax. This is our life. So when somebody comes attacks our life, it's
yeah. When he says the compensation and everything around that will be announced after the issues are resolved. So until that time, we have to have a little bit more patience, and until that can be announced, I think we still have a bunch of Albion stuff to talk about anyways, right?
Yeah, we do. We have had some GVGs overnight. And we have been talking about how Anglia and Siluria have just been on fire recently. Well, Siluria and Glauvia mostly, but Anglia has also been quite busy. Anglia calmed down a little bit, didn't it? We saw we saw a total of 5 GVGs last night, and that's not a lot for this area that has, you know, Bridge Lock and Articulo Mortis. Oh gosh, poor Articulo Mortis's flags isn't showing up.
Maybe Monday night is Articulo Mortis's day off.
There we go. Yeah, maybe they take Mondays off. You know, Mortis Monday. Just chill out. I think it's more along the lines of they've captured everything that they need to see themselves on the proper path towards second place right now in the season points, and for a single guild in Anglia, no less, to go out there, just a single guild, 300 dudes, go out there and compete with the top alliance in the game for points is just unbelievable. Very impressive. Yeah. These guys are doing work. But the big one, as far as action this week, Bogul, happened, or last night, I mean, was over in Cumbria, where it's been traditionally quiet. It's all season long. It's been very, very quiet.
Yeah, it seems like they have woken up recently.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
How do you?
There has been a few no-shows. Dread Kingdom taking a few things. Same on Metatron fighting. But the more interesting ones are, I think, Broke Boys and Phrasing.
Yes, absolutely. Broke Boys, Broke Boys versus Conflict has been been going on, and I think we had, what was it, 5-6 matches between them yesterday. Do you want to get that exact number so I'm not just pulling numbers out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
3,
5.
Something 4-ish. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's it looks like it's 5. But these guys had definitely done work against each other yesterday, and it's good to see, because we were worried that the only action that we were going to see from the squad guys was over here in Mercia, where, yes, sure, it's great to see, you know, Squad and Shelty face off against MG, but there are other guilds in Squad, and you never like to see a 5,000 or 4,000 man alliance like represented by only 5 guys. And it's good to see more teams out there fighting, as we've seen Conflict now fighting against Broke Boys. Conflict is currently, I believe, in number 2 in far as season points. Am I still correct in that, or have they lost? Nope, Shelty and Articulo Mortis both passed Conflict in the last few days. Sorry, Conflict. But you guys are both, you know, they're still doing well. Now they're actually GVGing again and getting out there against Broke Boys. The old team of Shelty, like, some of those guys are Shelty guys. What happened was A few months back, we saw Shelty, specifically their GVG team with Sorab and Dip, have a little argument after Sorab kind of forgot to sleep for 3 days. Now, during that time, there was a situation where some members thought that Sorab was stealing from the guild and was going to take all of their stuff. So a few members decided, no, if somebody's going to steal stuff from my guild, it's going to be me. And so they went about taking their own stuff. The GVG team did, feeling as they had not been paid or compensated for their work. They then had an argument, I guess you could say, with Sorab and Squish, and they eventually came to a conclusion where they would give back most of the stuff, and they did, but they wouldn't come back to the guild. Sorab then retook control over Shelty. Dip and a few of the boys left, created Broke Boys, and then joined EOS, and that is where we are now, as they are now fighting their old alliance for control of Cumbria, which is good, and I like seeing it. And they had a few really good matches. So if you guys, I don't know if you can watch any of these, because not enough players are streaming unless their name is Sorab, but they had a nice 6-8 battle yesterday in Flesh Eater Morass, and they were fighting over clearly what is the most important territory in all of Albion, because we talk about it just so much.
The horse and beating stuff.
That horse is gonna get up and walk away, man. I swear, if I hit it enough.
Hey, you said there's not enough people streaming matches.
True.
You have this little show every Thursday and also on Monday, right? And you are looking for people to stream GVG matches. Is that correct?
That is true. I want them to stream them so that I can watch them. And you guys, if you want, say you do stream and you say, I have a great one, go ahead and throw it on the official forums, and I'll show you where you can do it. Right there. Boom. Look, I just linked it in chat. For those of you who are listening to the podcast, that will be in the links for later down in the description below. Isn't that amazing? Links.
Yeah, and what happens if I submit a video for you?
Oh,
you will show it on the official stream?
There's a few things that happen. Say if you submit a really good one, and it's the first one that I show, and I'm like, this one is so good, it's a banger, we got to watch this one. You win a prize. You get 750 gold for being the first player-submitted GVG that I show on either of those two shows. And then at the end of the week, if I get more than 2 submissions, I have to get more than 2 submissions in a week. If I only get 2 submissions, these guys already won, I'm not giving out more prizes to them. But if I get more than 2 submissions, I put all the people who submitted, even if it was a crappy GVG, and you're like, I just want to get my chance in there. I'm hoping he sees a good play. Maybe I'll get recognized. You just put it in. And then at the end of the week, I pull somebody out, and that guy gets 1750 gold.
Oh. Okay,
yeah, that's a pretty good deal. So go ahead and stream your fights, get them out there so that we can watch them on Monday at 18 UTC with Tazik and I, or Thursday at 18 UTC with Lewpac and I. So your chances are pretty good to win some gold if you stream, and you have to link them in the channel. But we also had, as we're talking about this, here are some matches that you absolutely will be able to watch, because Sorab does a good bit of streaming. And I'm going to tell you, if he has a close one against Cargera, there's a really, really, really good chance he's going to show it. And let's see, what did we have in order? We had, I'll go from the least close to the closest. We had Elmwood, where it was a 6-8 bloodbath, coming down to 41 points.
That's in Mercia, right?
In Mercia, yeah, we're talking about Mercia now.
Okay.
But yeah, this was a really close matchup. Came down to 41 points between these guys, and it's the A team. Sure, they're on their little, I guess you could call it their alts, if you will. But these are two very, very skilled teams of players who've played together for a long time. These guys have put forth some good matches over the last few days, and it's great to watch them. So go check that one out on Sorabs. But if, say, that when you're like, that one's not close enough, I need a closer matchup. Okay, we got one for you. Say you're a big fan of Money Guild and you want to see Money Guild put the hurt down on poor Crisis, who dies 4 times. Yes, that's Sorab. He just gets beaten down. 4 deaths for him. 3 for most of the guys. Matty V escaping with only 1 death. 14 deaths for the team. 14-5. They were feeding hardcore in Arcade Chasm. That's a brutal beating.
That's Mercia uncapped, right? So that's 8 sets.
Sure.
Here?
At least.
Wow.
Some probably some really big pies and well, not pies, but like omelets, special omelets were being done. Some
So that's like 15 mil, 10 mil a kill?
oh God, I don't just
Maybe more.
Bogle, you're the one who hangs out at the marketplace. I can't afford that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna be buying 8-2. You've got the 8-2 crafters. You got all those 8 crafters. Oh gosh, can it get closer? Yes, it can. It can be closer than 14 points. It can be closer than 14 points. It can be 10 points. And going to Shelty, sure, it wasn't a 14 murder bloodbath, but I would say 9-11 with 20 kills between the two teams. That's pretty good. 10 points. Oh God.
One of the closest. That's one of the closest that we've seen, right? Recently.
Yeah. Well, oh my gosh. Close fights. Bogle, were you watching the show yesterday?
I was clicking around, and you sent me a highlight there.
Did I send you a clip from
I think you
yesterday?
did.
The 1 second clip?
No, it was longer. What do you need to explain
No,
to the audience? What?
the one that says that I don't know which clip I sent you, Bogle. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to figure it out. I need some explanation. I can't explain a clip that I don't know what it is because I sent you many clips yesterday. But there was one clip in particular where the match ends. Did I send you one where the match ends and nobody knows who won?
It says who wins question mark.
Yes, that's the one. That would be it. All right.
Yeah.
Link that to me.
Okay. Copy, Shozen, boop. Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's just take a look at this clip. For those of you who don't know, this was on the Monday show yesterday. We were watching just a Murkwater GVG between Hard Charge and who was it? Who's facing them? Red Army, Shiro's Guild, I believe it is. Yeah, I believe Shiro was in this fight. Currently, it is 5-4, and it gets down to the last 30 seconds. It's 4-3 now as they take in a point at the tower. 4-3. So next kill wins this. And all it has to happen is Red Army just has to hold for 20 seconds without one person dying. They're fighting over the tower right now, over the cap on the south side. People are starting to get low, and it's anybody's game. And Mr. Piercing is getting caught out of position. Is he going to be the one to go? We can't tell. It's 3, 2. 2 seconds left on the clock, and Mr. Piercing dies. Percy Piercing dying with 2 seconds left. All you had to do was hold yourself alive, and you would have won. Wow. 3-4, 2 seconds. Flip that one. That was a crazy GVG. If you guys haven't seen the whole thing, go back, watch tomorrow's show, or yesterday's show, not tomorrow's show, yesterday's show. And you
watch tomorrow's show too. That's good.
Yeah, you can watch tomorrow's show. You can watch the Off Meta Monday show on Wednesday, as per usual. Oh my God! But that was an absolutely crazy matchup, along with those Mercia matchups. Absolutely brutal. Getting to see these guys go at it over and over again, and it looks as if some of that effing chat for Friday Southern Mercia is coming back, as over the last 3 days, Craigdale, Arcade Chasm, and Well of the World have gone back to the hands of Squad, thanks to the hard work of Shelty. Thank you. Okay, yeah, you can pay F in chat to respects for F in chat, because no more F's in chat in the official. Yeah, you guys can do that F in chat.
You get moderated if you do that, right?
Yes, right now if you F in chat for the lag, you will get moderated. Here, with fewer people, I won't do that to you. You guys can just have fun and enjoy yourself. Link, what is good is the war between Oops and Squad. Right now they're having crazy close matches, and it's awesome. It's going back and forth, and I like to see it. We have, again, like I said, we have EOS over in Cumbria getting kind of pushed a little bit by both Money Guild. Well, not Money Guild, Oops and Squad. As Squad yesterday was able to take 3 territories. Not bad for a single day's work. Now, the one that we actually paid attention to, because we got some messages on this yesterday, as we were, we've mentioned Zorn a number of times and how, we're big fans of Zorn, the German guild, the most famous German guild, that's ever existed. And some people took umbrage to that, I guess you could say, and they're like, hey, Zorn isn't the only German guild.
Wait, what?
Yeah. No, Bogle, you know this. I was going to have you fill in the listeners on this situation because you're German. We got sent information by a German guild, and I figured, why don't you share that a little bit? Let you have a little bit of airtime.
Well, you were contacted by...
Yes, I was.
One of the... I actually don't know if he's the leader of the Alliance. But as far as I understand, he's trying to make a little bit of a call to the German community, right?
Yeah.
He tells the story that there have been recently in the German community 2 larger alliances that sort of disbanded and then joined together as ERZ, Erz Alliance, Erz Alliance.
And for those of you who don't speak German, Erz is or. But
honestly, I don't know too much about them. You talked to him for a bit this morning?
Yeah, I talked to him just briefly. Basically, there were 2 different guilds, one being Zoc, that was supported by a bunch of... what?
You're saying it like socks, like that you put on your feet?
Zoc?
It's Zoc is like... in German, you would say you're playing games, and then zocken is like a verb that says like playing games. But so it's like games playing. I think playing games. That's where it comes from. But Socks Alliance is fine too.
Okay, Zoc. So see, this is why I asked you to pronounce the German words, as you would be able to understand this, as I linked you this information. So
the other one is called Tafel. So and that's like a round table. If you're.
There's no way I would have pronounced it like that.
Well, now you know.
So explain those skills. Okay, so we have the one that is the returning player base, and they're trying to get everybody together, and the other one is the one that's trying to be a little bit more hardcore and organized and get everybody together. So you have Tafel and Zoc, and they become Erz, and they are trying now to reestablish themselves over here and get some kind of what would you say, like recognition for their hard work. Now
get their name out.
Yeah. Now I gotta. It's Die Raben. You pronounce this. You pronounce this name, or I'm gonna murder you in your sleep. In game, only in game, because I'm pretty sure that that's against Toss to say that I'm gonna actually hurt you, because I never would. You're my boy.
No.
But in game,
are you talking about Panzerhörnchen und Erzfeind, or?
Oh my God! What? No, that's his name. That's his name. No, no. The Die Raben, right? That's how you pronounce that. How much more American?
Oh yes, well that's the
guild. That's his guild. So we're trying to get them out. This guild is currently recruiting. They're, I believe, 27 players strong, or 7. Yeah, something like that. Really small little guild of highly motivated players trying to get their name out there and reestablish the German community, so that people don't just think of the German community as Zorn, as the guys who've twice been able to get themselves a home plot. All right, so we've given our little plug to the German guilds. I hope you guys are enjoying.
Want your guild or your community to be plugged here on Albion TV? Let us know.
Yeah,
we'll do a better job than this time. I was kind of surprised. Go on, Shozen. I'm very confused right now, because you're talk about German names and talk about Die Raben and talk about Erzfeind, talk about Tafel, Zoc. That's a bunch of stuff. And I was like, Yes, these are German words. What do you want me to do?
Oh my gosh, I'm so confused now. You just like, whew, just like all that went over my head. You just said it was like you were speaking Greek, but it wasn't Greek. It was German, and that's probably harder for me to understand.
The point is, there's a bunch of German guilds recruiting, and if you want to join a German guild, then these might be an option for you. Look at them, talk to them, cool guys. And if you want to plug your guild on Albion TV, you can do that. Get in touch.
Yes, please do. Please do get in touch. And guys, I know over there in Ertz you're having a little bit of difficulty with Oops and Ego right now, but it's okay. They are weaker than you know. Just band together as your tiny little group, and you can defeat these 9,000 guys. No problem. No problem. Just take the Articulo Mortis strategy of get the best GVGers that you can find to play together every single day, learn a comp that is really, really powerful, and then just take a large swath of territory. It's not that hard. Just talk to the Frenchies. It's not that hard. They know how to do it.
You make it sound so hard.
It's so easy. So easy. It's just that easy. Guys, you just build a GVG team, learn a good comp, beat everyone around you. Done.
All right, doing.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about somebody else we've mentioned recently, because we've been talking about the Fricks. And Fricks Knoll here. I was informed that this is not Firth Knoll. I've been pronouncing it wrong, I believe. It's Fricks Knoll. That is that TH is it's like Yiddish or something. I don't know. It's Fricks. Fricks Knoll. And they've been having quite the issue with the guild Iconic recently. As you see, Iconic over here has Fricks Knoll Tarn, the farm, and they're currently attacking Springdale. As they're all around for Fricks Knoll and kind of putting the heat on them. Now, there's a reason for this. Apparently, they don't much like the idea of Fricks having 2 home plots. Now, do I have that link, Bogle? Is that in our notes?
Should be.
Yeah, I see it right there. Hold on. Let me get a message to you guys from one of the... Actually, he's a pretty recognizable name in the community right now. Nazori, you may have seen him around. Let me pop him over and let him have a little bit of airtime with you guys. Let's see if you can see him in the bottom right. Maybe I'll lean out of the way.
Together and just make sure that's what we want to do. But yeah, we'll probably just keep launching. Because, I mean, like, you know... Fricks, if you're listening, man, you guys got 2 cities. Like, don't be greedy bastards. Unfortunately, like, no one needs 2 cities. Like, the fact that you're hiring mercs to keep fresher players out of the black zone is silly. Like, you should be using your own players at least to defend your towns you're trying to keep. But whatever. Together and just make sure that's what we...
So yeah, as you can tell, Nazori there, he's not really happy with Fricks using mercenaries to defend their second plot. But Guy...
They aren't even fighting themselves?
No, they're not fighting themselves. No, this is the Fricks.
Well, why not?
Well, okay, I've mentioned this a few times. Now, I love the Fricks. I'm a huge fan of the Fricks. I love what they do, how they get things done, that they're a great place for new players to hang out and do things. But... they're not what you would consider high-end GVGs teams. They just don't have GVG teams. I've seen... Okay, that's not true that they don't have GVG teams. They have a GVG team. They even have a GVG manager. Or they did, because I just heard recently that their GVG manager left.
So how do they get 2 town plots then if they don't GVG? They just hire people? Vitas has a lot of good connections and he can just convince people to fight for him, or?
Well, like we've said many times, if you can't defend yourself, go out and just try to find somebody to defend for you. There's a lot of people who are willing to defend with that extra 5%, and they'll be like, dude, it's free loot for us if we're better than the other team. And they'll take that chance, maybe for a small merking fee, or like just the set of gear. Sometimes, you know, it's yeah. But yeah, I was going to say that, Fun Stealer, as it is apparent to me that some of the Fricks who would be involved in GVGs recently an EU officer, an NA manager of teams, the GVG manager, and a couple other guys recently left Fricks on good terms because they were looking for something a little bit more competitive.
Well, they could have just fought then.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not like Fricks don't have wars going on. They've got Iconic over here who they can easily fight against. They've got Infinite over here who I consider pretty much the exact same level as Fricks. Sorry, Infinite, if you don't like that. Sorry, Fricks, if you don't like that. In my eyes, you're both, you know, Anglia level.
So what's Iconic mad about then?
Iconic is mad because Fricks are bringing in like better teams, good teams, to defend the home plot against, you know, Iconic. And Iconic, you got to understand, if you have a home plot, that's something of value. You got to defend that, even if you aren't using it. People just see that as a sign of respect, and they did do their work on Invasion Day to get that, and they earned that. So they want to defend that. And if they didn't defend that, I would give them crap. Look at the crap that I'm giving to these other goobers who aren't defending their home plots, just letting people take it with no-shows or not feeding it. God, imagine if they were in Vidus and just failed to feed their plots. Fricks are much more organized than that. They might not have a lot of GVG experience, but they can feed a home plot. And that's important. And what I would say is, guys, you know what? Make a deal with these guys over in Iconic. Say, you know what? We'll be cool with you. We'll let you fight for this plot. And at least let them fight for the first 2 shields. You know, give your own boys that 5%. Give them that practice against, you know, somebody coming in against them and trying to take their home plot. And then if you have to merc for 3rd shield, do it. I'm not going to say don't merc for 3rd shield, but, you know, fight somebody your own level for a little while. Get some experience. Get some guys out there. Get some practice. It can't hurt. It's only gear.
All right. So, is that it for the warfare that's been going on in the GVGs in the continents recently?
There's always more. As we did have, let's see, we had 2 home plots actually fought over yesterday over in Siluria. Which were they? They were Shallowfen? Yep, Shallowfen is one of them. And that, ooh, no attack today. Okay. It looks like, what happened with that? Did the Dream not show? A Dream showed up with one player to take on the Varanga's home plot, and the Varanga showed up in force to defend their plot. Well done, Varanga. You know, scaring off these scary attackers.
Well,
one
isn't
guy.
That annoying?
Yes.
That one guy shows up, captures the plot, then your defense team gets locked.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, all right, thanks, idiot. And then, well, the other one was Willow Wellcott.
Willowdell, yes.
Willowdell, yes. Where Take Care beat Aegir. For what is this? The second shield?
No, that was the first shield. I mean, I think they have fought.
First one. Okay.
I think they fought earlier, and then there was a day of rest, which allowed the shield to come back, and then they attacked again, which once again takes off the first shield. So this is like a little bit of a back and forth with the shields, but they've been under constant assault since they've gotten this territory, if I'm correct. And it's the internet, so if I'm not, somebody will prove me wrong.
All right. But now that's it for the GVD conquest, right?
Well, I mean,
want to get to other stuff. I really want to get to other stuff.
Okay, we can say one thing before we go. Afghanistan is slowly shrinking.
Is it?
Yes, it really is. All right, what would you like to get to now that I think we're pretty much done with the GVG report for today.
Yeah. I want to get to a very brief, how do you like breaking news that I just saw on the Twitch chat while we are live. Somebody said, hey, look at gold. And I saw basically gold just spiked to 2,300.
What? That's 400 gold in a day.
Yeah. We talked about it last Thursday, and we were like, well, it's just hitting 1,800.
Somebody tell me what kind of percentage that is, like an increase.
Like 20%, 10%. It's a lot. I assume
I say it's closer to
because
15.
of the auction week. right?
Yeah.
I assume it's because people are changing their gold reserves to bid on plots.
Wow.
That is another thing that's going on currently. The plots in all the cities are up for auctions. So the royal cities and Carleon, if you are looking at the option to get yourself some real estate, this week is the week to do that. So just a quick reminder. Some people in chat are going like, this is a pushed price, this is fake price, yada yada. Could be the case.
But it's now, it's the price that it is now. Whether it's, it is the real price. There is no fake price. You're not going to get it for a different price right now. You're not going to sell it for a different price right now. That's the price right now. Is it inflated because of a temporary of a temporary situation? Yes, you can hope that's what it is. And I do, because I would like to be able to get my premium at a more reasonable rate. We've just gone over the cap. Now, premium is steady at what it is, I believe. Like, once the global discount is gone, that's just what it costs, right?
Yeah, it's not a cap. It's, you mentioned the global discount, right? That's what it is. Some prices in the game are influenced by what's called a global discount.
The premium keeps going up.
Well, yeah, but the global discount is currently set at 2,000 gold.
Yeah, it's
so
capped.
that's the interesting news that that has been hit.
See, I was under the impression, and because it's never happened before. It's never happened before that we got up this high. So I was under the impression, clearly wrong, which happens. I work on the internet. That once gold got to 2,000, that would be the cap for how much it was going to cost for premium. It looks like premium keeps changing even beyond that 2,000 point. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Mammoths just went from 12 to 20 mil.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff is happening, dude.
Oh my God. How come I'm always in the wrong market, boys? Jesus.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that very briefly for anybody who's interested in that. You need to cover your chat for the live stream, and then we can move on to
yeah. Bye, guys.
The other community stuff that we have. We had a...
Well, here, one thing I want to say is yesterday we had started talking about the buildings, right? And how buildings were on sale. And I walked over to the very first building that I saw, and I clicked on how much it went for, and it literally went for 26,000. I went to a bunch of buildings after that, and it was like 26,000K, 26,000K, 27,000K. And I was like, oh, I must have read that one wrong. I was wrong on the internet again. I missed the K.
So that's million.
No, no, I didn't miss the K. Literally, that one sold for 25,000. I went back and I watched the video. Yeah, ridiculous. Literally, a building sold in, I think I was in Carleon at the time, for 25,000 silver. So guys, really do go around and, jeez, for 10 gold, for the cost of 10 gold, you could own a plot in Carleon. Like it's ridiculous.
I don't think you can.
No, not really. I think that's got to be a mistake. But really, it was the first build. I didn't plan that. I didn't look at every building in Carleon and find the one that just sold for 25,000 silver. Go around, put some money down. Just check it. Worst thing that happens is your money comes back in a week. That's the worst thing that happens. Good thing that could happen, you could get a really, really cheap building. Get involved. Get in. Pando Bard is like mad. Don't tell people about the free buildings.
Whoops.
No,
we are a public service.
We're public service announcements. We're not here to make money. Right? It's like, you know, I got mad at Lewpac once for telling everybody the ways I was making money. Not really, you know, JK. But I was like, Lewpac, if you keep telling people how I make my money, I'm not going to be able to make my money. There goes my rates. And of course, 1 week later, all my rates are gone.
Yeah.
So, but you had something you wanted to go into before I interrupted you so harshly with my stories on cheap buildings.
Yeah. Well, we have a bunch of stuff that are sort of sentence that came over the last week, over the weekend to us that we just want to put up on the air, that we just want to let everybody know about. I want to talk about the artifacts later. I want to mention two things. One that is just funny to me personally. If you don't know the Albion Online 2D.com, That's a good website to look up some stats that are not necessarily on the official guild board. Our good friend Cat Hair is doing that, and he has on his website, other than some other ways to display some cool stuff, he also has a dev tracker, but that dev tracker currently is not working because apparently they blocked his IP. So what happened there is I think they were trying to get rid of everything that's trying to, get information from their servers, and they're like, no, we need to defend stupid DDoS. We block everything, and then they seem to have hit the guy as well. So that's just a funny side note I saw yesterday. But I wanted to mention that hopefully he will get this thing working again. And then if you didn't know, there is a dev tracker, and that's one of my favorite things to keep up to date with stuff. Then I have a little bit of a update about our, flavor of the week favorite guild.
Oh yeah, who's
Mighty
that?
Frogs.
Oh, the Mighty Frogs. I feel weird, guys. You're like, why are you talking about this guild that nobody has ever heard of, and you're making such a big deal out of the Mighty Frogs? Well, guys, their names is the Mighty Frogs, and the name is the Mighty Frogs, and they're frogs.
Yeah. I got a little message since we have been talking about them so much. They are a French Canadian guild, and they apparently consist of some previous Blue Army Conflict Money Guild, Sema Metatron, ETC, etc. members, and they consider themselves a ZvZ guild. Yeah, and they are trying to get a small roster together, and that's just some info I wanted to let everybody know about, since we've been talking about them so much and nobody really knew who they are. Now we know, and we can find a new favorite guild. Maybe that's you.
Yeah, we just looked at the Die Raben. Pronounce it for me, Bogul. It's German.
Die Raben.
Die Raben. Okay, sure. Those guys. We just did the Mighty Frogs. We could do your guild next. So please, if you're like a smaller guild and you're like, come on, I got a few towers out here. I want to know how I can get on the AO Daily Show. Like if you're Nightmare and you want to have a little bit of light shine on your guild, go ahead and let us know. Boom, we'll do it. We'd love to talk about you. Bogle, let's go into that deep dive now on your little project here. What do we got?
We have like 43 minutes into the show already. Do you want to do the deep dive later and talk about the two community things we have left? And just...
All right, community things it is. Then, yeah.
Cool. Because we can do the other things, the explanations
really
of game mechanics every day of the week. But some of the things are just too cool, too recent to miss out on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's good for the last 10 minutes of the show.
All right, are you talking about the Lewpac video?
Yes, that's one of them.
This is such a good video.
Yes. If you haven't seen, or if you don't know who Lewpac is, I think if you listen to us, you
probably know who Lewpac is. Yeah.
Lewpac is. He made how long is it? 15-minute or so?
It's a 26-minute long explanation on how GVGs work in every aspect of the mechanics in GVGs, from counterattacks to retals to how item power works. Every single bit of information you could want about GVGs is represented in this 25-minute long video.
Yes, it's a really good recommendation. If you ever have anybody asking you about, hey, how do GVGs work? How does XYZ work? Go look at that. And for anybody who watched the video already, I just say C-Tank, and then that's a little insider.
Yeah.
And then we have two more other community things.
Okay.
3, actually, that were popping up over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any of these as a favorite? Which one do you like most of these?
Oh, okay, we'll do the Kamikaze. I don't know how to explain this one. I'm going to have Bogle explain this one, because this is just... no, we're going to do both. We're going to... The extras is too good, too. It's all too good. We have too many good things to show you guys. It's just great. You guys and your community nonsense are just a lot of fun to be part of. Let's first take a look at Kamikaze in Afghanistan.
Yeah, so you can roll the video in the back.
So Shmowz goes to
Yeah.
Archghanistan, and he gathers as many archers, nonins. I don't know what the archdenizens, archer. I don't know. What do you call guys from Arch?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
He gets a bunch of
12.
them, goes invisible, stands in the middle of them, hits them with the stun, then drops the meteor on their head. So this is...
It's a awesome clip. It's just like 15 seconds. But if you have time...
Sleep. Oh, he
if you
sleeps.
just-
Hits him with a sleep.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Go to sleep, boys.
And then he dies, of course.
Of course, it's a kamikaze video. But he takes down at least 10 archers nons with him. Boom. Bye, guys. Go to sleep. That was a fun one. All right, you can
Yeah.
just tell us about this other one. I don't know if... Should I even link this? Okay, I'll link it.
I mean, it's a willing to buy kind of thing on the trade forum.
Yeah, this is on the trade forums, on the official forums. Willing to buy extras for
my
Island.
thing, right? You know my thing about trying to make the trade forums more popular?
Mm-hmm.
And whatever I will find there, I will put on the show, whatever it is. And this is one of these examples where Gimbo goes to the trade forums and says, hey, I'm looking for extras for my island. And when you see that title, what do you think about?
I think, actors, people to stand...
I'm thinking of furniture.
Yeah,
It's like somebody's trying to make his island more pretty.
yeah.
And
So,
then
let's... I currently have the dilemma of too many empty cages with nothing to fill them with. To complete my island aesthetic, I'm willing to pay 100K per hour for some lucky slave to dance all day in my cages with appropriate attire. Wages are negotiable, hours are not. Hope to hear from you soon. That's Gimbo on the trade forum. So if you are looking for some extra cash and are willing to dance for hours on end with no rest, no water, Gimbo might have the position for you. But apparently McNoyce and Afkas Lut, I don't know how that's pronounced. Lut, I think it's Lut. Afskas Lut is looking. Miss Lut is looking to dance. So there are some dancers trying to dance.
already.
Yeah, they're already. Trogdor is already in. Trogdor's in. All right. My wallet says yes, but my dignity says hell yes. All right. So, yeah, those are some options for you guys looking to make some quick coin. Huh?
Yeah. And then just a brief thing that just popped up this morning. I don't really want to show it or talk about it too much, but I think we might have a new spiritual counselor soon for our show. Action Compassion of the Guild McDonald's
Yes.
made a little bit of a video teaching us meditation strategies, and it's all related to Albion, and he seems like a very nice guy trying to help the peoples.
Is this for real? Should I play this? Is this playable? I haven't seen this yet.
It's just him talking, so it doesn't really help.
Well, I mean, we can get. I want to give people a little bit of a taste of what they're going to get by going here. So let's
Sure.
go ahead and.
This is.
He's basically
our
running
humble
around the
home
stone
plot
for the whole
here in
15 minutes,
Pengelth.
and then
it's
just
a little
talking.
bit messy.
But that's the point. What he's saying, he's talking about meditation strategies and how to release and calm down your salt levels and find a balance and deal with the lag together.
Oh, I like that. Like coping mechanisms for the current situations of Albion. When you rage, here's how to take care of it. Don't punch your computer. Breathe.
Yeah.
Rest is important.
he's
Don't
using
stay
a lot of
awake for 3
esoteric
days
words
at a
as well.
time. Don't stay awake for 3 days at a time. Sleep regularly so that your guildmates know that you are a kind and compassionate guild leader. Don't go crazy every 4 weeks and forget to sleep. Breathe. Those kind
He
of
has a lot
meditation
of
techniques.
Other tips though.
Okay.
No, he has different stuff, and I suggest if you're in a weird mood and you're into a weird video, that's the kind of stuff that will fill that
fill your needs, fill your that empty spot in your soul that needs some more meditative techniques specifically designed around Albion. Okay, I like that. All right, and on that note, we're up at the 50-minute mark. Let's say goodbye, Bogul. Anything we should say before we do?
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about what's coming up this week. We can say, or I guess I can just say now, that you can find us at albiononline.com, at the twitch.com/Albion Online. You can find us on SoundCloud /Albion TV. You should be able to find us on your favorite podcast service or media thingy as well, which is iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, as well as any other software that basically crawls that information from these services too. So if you have an app, you can listen to us on your way to work.
That's probably the best solution for you, is to listen to us on your way to work. Yes.
Yeah. And you could talk about the rest of the week. What's coming up tomorrow?
Oh, well, let's see. We have another daily show tomorrow. We have daily shows throughout the rest of the week. We will have a special tomorrow, as we will be hearing from Articulo Mortis, as I'll be interviewing a few members of the GVG team. We'll have them on here. I had a really good interview with them, and I was just trying to find the right place in the week to stick them. Then let's see, what else do we have? We have Thursday. We have the GVG show on Thursday, and it looks like we're going to have quite a slate of matches coming up, because if these home plots are still under attack, we're going to have lots of home plot fights to watch. Good to see. Good to see. Then let's see. I think that's it for this week.
Yeah, I think that's it. If you still have any questions or any input or any suggestions that you would want us to talk about during the show, send us a message, let us know, and we will try to get it in.
All right. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. It's been another great episode of the Albion TV AO Daily Show. You can check us out, like you said, on YouTube, SoundCloud, and right here on Twitch. So thank you, guys. Tune in again tomorrow at 12 UTC. And until then, peace.
Bye.